Dollar index, we start with the daily chart. Okay, since last months, based on daily chart, we mentioned that we are more interested in the up move. But the only question, this is the start of the up move, or the price can break the low before we get the up move. This is every times we repeat. Okay, the only thing is we need to know what's the next. Can we get this one more drop or not? Okay, but anyway, for long term, we are more interested in buy. Okay, if we move to forward chart, okay, based on forward chart, first of all, since last week we have been looking for this in terms of this correction. I mean, we consider this as a correction and relative to this for the next move up. Now the question is whether this one can continue or drop, or we get the bigger correction. Okay, but first, if we for this, I mean, based on what we have right now, if we see this one break this top and here, and if we refer to the MACD, we will see we have a divergence. And if we refer to this, when we put this in relative to this, which is the first move, in relative to the last move, we have a divergence. Okay, again, the divergence, it doesn't mean the price can drop. What I want to see, if we get any buy, we should be aware of maybe the price can reverse. Okay, and now the thing is, what we need to know is that whether this is the only correction. If this is the only correction and we follow the divergence, mostly we can get the expect the price can reverse. This is the first option. The second option, may we get the bigger correction, as I say here. That means we can expect one more drop, then we will have this correction, 1 2 3 in relative to this for the next move up. Okay, now the thing is whether we buy here or sell, and also there is a possibility of the continuation. And even if we refer back to the first option, when we have a correction here, now the question is how high it can go before the price can reverse. Okay, now the thing is we need to know what do we need to do. I mean, we need to do here, whether buy or sell. Okay, but right now we don't have any trade set up. Now the thing is how we can trade it. Okay, if we put our trend line here, all right, if I put my line here and for 1 hour, okay. Now if we move to lower time frame, we see what do we have based on lower time frame. Okay, based on 1 hour chart, if we refer to our last analysis, we had these two lines, and now as we can see the price come and sharply is moving. Okay, now the thing is we cannot say whether there is a buy setup here or not. Okay, even if there is a buy setup, the price almost hit the top. We don't have opportunity to look for buy. Okay, but the question is, if the price continue, we are not going to buy. We wait for the next correction. But right now, based on what we have, okay, if the price reverse, that means we get a sharp move down correction, a small flag, we can look for sell. What we expecting if I say reverse sharp drop, okay, may as example similar to what we have here and the correction. Okay, the another one, if the price start to get the bigger correction, we can look for buy. And how about if the price start to correct similar to what I draw here, similar to any of this? Okay, that's mean the price come to this level for the next move up. At that times, I don't think we can get a really good sell setup. Any sell will be, I mean, we cannot get a really good profit out of that. If this is not moving fast, if you want to trade me, we can trade based on lower time frame. But based on 1 hour or 4 hours, we cannot get a really good sell setup. The only times you can sell if we see any sharp reversal and the correction. But right now we have this. Now we need to do what to do. I mean, we need to know what to do. Okay. Now, as I say, if there is a continuation, I'm not going to buy. If I want to buy, I will wait for the next drop. We get the correction. Then from there, I will look for buy. And as long as the price haven't broke this low, I can still go with entry above this, or looking for the trade setup within this range based on lower time frame. But if the price broke this low, it depends how deep it can go. Then from there, if I want to look for buy, I will look for the trade setup. This is how we're going to look for trade. If the price is still managed to be within this range, we will, if we get the bigger correction, we look for buy. If we see any reversal, we look for sell. Okay, but right now we don't have any trade setup. We have both of the possibility, because if we look for bigger picture based on 1 hour, 4 hour and daily, I explained that how this correction can form, whether this is the only correction or we will have the bigger correction, as I explained, for the next move up. And one more thing I want to highlight here: any buy from here, as long as we get into the profit, we start to manage it. Mostly me, the price can reverse. Okay, that's why if you want to buy, we need to get the proper correction. And right now what we have, it can be a buy setup, but as long since the price have broke the top, we are not in trade anymore. How about if I move to 15 minutes? I don't think this is a good time to buy. If there is a continuation, just leave it. If the price reverse, then from there we can look into it. Anyway, we don't have any trade setup. The only things is we need to know how this correction can form. I mean, how this correction is going to form, whether bigger correction or not. Then from there we can make a decision if we want to trade for the long term. But for the short term, based on lower time frame, as I say, we don't have any trade setup. The only things times, if we want to look for buy, wait for the next drop. Then from there that's mean if the price drop one more, then we will have the correction. We can look for buy at least 1, 2, 3 in relative to each other for this, for the next move up. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any trade setup, I will share on YouTube. Thanks.